Hey guys, what is up? AwesomeTheSauce here. Hope you guys are having a great day and welcome to a video that honestly, I'm sorry that it took me so long to make. This is something that I've known about for just a couple of days, but I had to make this video because it's literally so crazy. This has to be probably one of the more controversial things I've ever seen KingsIsle do, and honestly, a part of this video is just a PSA to make sure that you don't get your account banned. The stakes are big. Don't get your account banned. Without further ado, let's talk about the recent bannings from KingsIsle and why I think it's one of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. I want to start off this video by just, I don't know, I guess just extending my heartfelt sorry for anyone who actually got banned for doing something, because I think that when people ban you for things like this, you're labeled. I think you're labeled as someone who's exploiting, who's purposely trying to plot for the downfall of a company, that maybe you have malicious intent at heart. What we're about to talk about, I don't think anyone should have gotten banned for, and I'll talk about why. But let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Basically, every year, as normally the first day of Wizmas, I guess if you want to call it, the Christmas event that Wizard101 puts on, normally the first day of those 12 days, it's a discount code. So that means that you can buy crowns, and you'll be guaranteed a discount, and the discount will range anywhere from 10%, and if you're very lucky, you might get the 50%. I played this game for 10 years. I've never gotten a 50% discount code, so it's quite rare. So keep that in mind as we talk about this issue. It is quite rare. So the way it works is pretty simple. If you have an account, you buy crowns with the account, you can get a random code. It doesn't matter when the account was made. It doesn't matter how often you use the account. They didn't attach any parameters to this specific discount. I'm pointing this out because there are other, there are codes and stuff where you have to have made an account by a certain time to get it. They've done this in the past, but this time around, they did not do this. I think you can see where this is leading. Let's say your main account or two got the 10% discount and you're not satisfied. There was nothing stopping you from making other accounts until you basically got the 50%. You bought the crowns and either gifted yourself some packs or linked that account to a family account and just transferred the crowns. Essentially what we have here is a problem where KingsIsle gave much more than they expected because many people made many more accounts and got many more 50% discounts than they expected. So when they found out about this, I guess their knee-jerk reaction was just to ban everyone who did it. And I honestly don't even know how they organized the bans, because, and this is part of why I make this video, you could be getting very falsely banned for this. Again, I don't know the details of this. All I know is that people who did this did get banned. I don't know if it's people who got gifted a bunch of crowns from a newly made account from the same IP. Maybe that's how they got banned. Maybe it's people who got the discount and then made a family account and then transferred the crowns. Maybe they got banned. The bottom line is, KingsIsle basically put out a bunch of discounts and they did not attach any way to prevent this from happening, and then when people took advantage of it, they got banned. This is not the first time that this has happened. I don't know if you guys were playing this game a few years ago, but there used to be a very small glitch. It was called a tomato basket glitch. So in Azteca, there were a couple of housing items that basically, if you found them, you could collect them, just like many housing items you can find throughout the spiral. This one specifically was very different. So the tomato basket glitch was basically, there was a tomato basket, I believe it was like right here. I think I've already collected it. But the way that it worked is once you collected it, you could keep on collecting it. You could basically just spam X and then fill your inventory with tomato baskets, and then you could just sell them in the bazaar and you would get a lot of free gold. So when KingsIsle found out about this glitch, they literally went through the files and found every person who had spammed the tomato baskets, and first they banned them, and then they suspended them. So I actually did this glitch a very long time ago. This was like, I want to say maybe 6 years ago. I did this glitch and I think I clicked it maybe, let's say 100 times. I think I'm exaggerating, but let's say I got 100 tomato baskets. I got a suspension for 3 weeks off of that, and it was rolled back to a suspension for 1 week. I had friends who did it in the thousands of times, and they got straight out banned from Wizard101 just for getting some free gold because of a glitch that was not their fault. Now, this was years and years ago, and there was a lot of backlash for it, and what KingsIsle ended up doing is that they rolled back some of these suspensions. I don't think anyone ended up getting banned for it. My 3-week one got rolled back to a 1-week suspension, so there's definitely a precedent for KingsIsle overextending in terms of punishing people for things that aren't their fault, and then rolling it back, and I hope that they do that with this video. I think it's crazy to me to tell, like, a kid that probably doesn't know any better that what they're doing is, you know, basically, you know, a little bit undesirable from a company standpoint, you know, spamming a bunch of accounts to get the discount. I get it. You're trying to run an operation here. You're trying to get money. You don't want people to spam accounts, but you can't just expect someone to know that, especially if they're just a kid who's just trying to get a better discount. And more importantly than that, this isn't really a money thing because crowns don't cost any money for KingsIsle to make. They're just bits of code that are in the game. It only costs money for the player to buy. So you're looking at a situation where a lot of people, they might not have even bought the crowns if not for the discount. I'm speaking from the perspective of a kid who didn't know any better. Yeah, I guess spamming X on a tomato basket and getting free gold did give me an unfair advantage over other players. I didn't know that that's what I was doing. And yet, this is how what I did was framed in 2014 when it happened. Basically, Wizard101 said that if it's one thing to pick up a few and think something's not right, it's another thing to pick up a few dozen. Now you're getting into a gray area, and finally, it's a wholly other thing to pick up hundreds, thousands, or tens of thousands. Now you've slipped into the dark side and are clearly exploiting. I really hate that ignorance is put in the same pool as exploitation. The way I see it, if you're truly exploiting something, that means you are aware of what you're doing, you see what you're doing is clearly wrong, there are probably things and people telling you to not do it, and yet you do it anyways. That's not the case with these discounts. There's no, like, you know, fine text anywhere saying don't make multiple accounts to do this. There were no measures put in place to prevent new accounts from doing it. I think in the future, what KingsIsle should do, and I totally get it from a business perspective. You don't want to lose a bunch of crowns, I guess. You know, I get it. Make it so that there needs to be a certain level of activity on your account to redeem this specific discount. Maybe a certain amount of playtime. Maybe make it like, I don't know, 12 days. Don't even tell us. Just make it something so no one tries to work around the system. That being said, nobody should be banned for this. If anything, at the very most, they may need to be suspended, but let them know that what they did isn't something that you actually intended for them to do, and that way they won't do it next year when this happens. I think what bothers me most about this entire ass thing is that this takes place during the same time that they finally made Wizard101 literally free to play for everybody. That is one of the hypest things that they've ever done, and I think they deserve a lot of credit for it, but when it's accompanied by random acts like this, it's hard to be on your side. I have to say that. I really don't know who to reach out to specifically for a problem like this. I don't think this is like a developer thing that I can talk to people that I do know about. I hope that whoever's in charge of decisions like this, I hope you watch this video and you see that a lot of these people who are getting banned, they weren't aware of what they were doing, and honestly, they were probably not going to buy crowns without the discount anyways. This isn't a problem where you lost money. This is a problem where you made a little less money than you could have. There's a huge difference between that, and banning people is not the solution to it. You gotta learn from these mistakes and not repeat the same ones. I hope that in the future, the rules around these discounts are made much clearer, and I hope that people are made aware of it so that the people who truly exploit, if they find some way to do it, alright, fine, sanction them, but not the vast majority of the people here who had no idea they were doing anything wrong. That's all I'm saying. Guys, I made this video because I really hope it makes some sort of difference. I've been talking about it on stream to maybe, I don't know, maybe get this on the radar. I hope that they roll back the sanctions just like they did for the tomato basket glitch and learn from the mistakes. I hope that that's what they choose to do. I really think that that's the right thing to do, especially in the spirit of the holidays, man. Who wants to get banned on during the holidays? Really? I don't get it. But yeah, man, that's the video. I hope I explained the issue. I hope I explained my point of view on it well. Let me know what your point of view is. Let me know in the comments. It's a little bit of a controversial one for sure. But let me know. What do you think about the recent bannings? Are they justified? Is KingsIsle at fault? Are the players at fault? Are they both at fault? let me know. But this is my opinion. I think it's totally up to KingsOwl to fix this mess that they've created with the account bans, and I hope they make the right decision here. I really, really do. As always, drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a sub if you're new. There's tons of links in the description, including my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, my Instagram, and of course my Patreon. And as always, if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong, so stay awesome. And yeah, y'all.